Hey guys, today we are doing volume. So just to give you a little refresher on what volume is, because I know you kind of touched on it in 5th grade. The volume is the number of cubic units needed to fill a given space. So just as a review, if I look at this right here, I could label this as 1 unit. It could represent a distance, a length, whatever you want to call it. But this is a one-dimensional unit, okay? It's just one dimension, 1 unit. That is what you measure length in. Feet, inches, centimeters, whatever you want to use, but any of your units. So you can jump to 2-dimensional figures, and this would be a square unit. And that means that each side length is 1 unit by 1 unit. So it's a square unit because each side of the square measures 1 unit. And we actually were using this to measure area. Okay, area is measured in square units because area is a 2-dimensional. It's a figure, but it's still flat. So in our world, everything is really 3-dimensional. It has length, it has width, it has depth. So volume is actually measured in 3-dimensional figures. So what this is actually a cubic unit. Okay, so square units were 2 units being multiplied together, but a cubic unit is 3. You have 1 unit as the length, 1 unit as the width, and 1 unit as the height. So this is oh no, go away. This is actually a unit cubed, or 3. I didn't write this over here, but this is a unit squared. Okay, it's 3-dimensional. It has 3 units. That's where the 3 comes from when we were talking about it. But this is actually how we measure volume. You basically want to see how many little cubes can fit into a figure. So in order to show you the rectangular prism, I kind of have like this little thing for you to look at to give you a better idea. Like, yeah, I'm going to give you the formula in a few minutes, but I want to show you where it comes from. Duh. So here I have a rectangular prism that is 4 units by 2 units by 3 units. So I actually have unit cubes right here. And that I'm going to place into my rectangular prism to figure out how many unit cubes would fit into it. So since the length down here is 4 units, I can actually fit 4 unit cubes along the side because each length of the unit cube is 1 unit. Come on, unit cubes, be nice to me. Okay, so there I fit my 4 unit cubes along the length of the rectangular prism. But if you notice, it is 2 units wide. So I can actually do a double layer on the base here. So I'm going to drop my cubes. And right there, I filled my entire bottom, or kind of the base of the rectangular prism. And how many cubes fit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cubes fit. And if you notice, I kind of just found the area of the base. 4 units times 2 units would be 8 square units. So I found the area of the base. Once you know the area of the base, then you have to figure out how many of these layers would I have in the rectangular prism. How many layers of 8 cubes do I have? Well, the height is 3 units high, so if you think about it, I could fit 1 more layer and then a third layer. Of course, it's not going to be pretty. But it's not going to be pretty on my iPad, but you should get the gist. That 3 layers of 8 fit into that cube. So if I have 3 layers of 8, or 3 times 8, the area of this is 24 cubic units. That is just the explanation of it. You don't really have to use that, but I did want to show it to you. On your formula sheet, you will see that I just gave you a formula, and it is one of the easiest formulas you will ever use in your life. The area formula. Area is length times width times height, and that's it. So of course the book is going to give you fractions because they want to make your life harder because the formula is so easy. So you kind of just have to identify all of them. Length, the width, the height. We'll say the length in this case is 3.5, but I'm not a big fan of fractions, so I'm using 0 or the 0.5 for the half. The width is 4 centimeters, and the height is 5.5 or 5.5, because I like decimals. So now plug it in. Area equals 3.5 times 4 times 5.5. So you can do it step by step, all together at once. That's fine. I'm going to do it step by step. So 3.5 times 4, get 14. 14 times 5.5 or 5.5. Your area is 77 cubic centimeters. Remember, we're trying to figure out how many cubes could fit in it. Oh, so it's cubic, as I read it too. Holy moly. It's a 3. So cubic centimeters. Okay. You just have a formative to do today. No other practice, since I think this is fairly easy. And then tomorrow we're going to get into some word problems.